I keep dating these drug addicts, and it's hard to date a drug addict because you could be like, I love you, and they're like, where am I? And then I was like, I have a problem, so I stayed single for 2 years, and I was like, I have to find a normal guy that's not a drug addict or a dealer. And so I was single, and then I work at a gym now, and I met this guy. I was like, okay, he has a job, he's handsome, he seems normal. And then we started dating, and 2 weeks in, he was like, hey, I have to tell you something. I did heroin for 14 years. And I was like, oh, that's my baby. That's my man. And do you guys notice on the train, there are those signs, it's like propaganda against drug use. So there's a sign, it's like, do you have a problem with heroin? You should call this number. And we talked about that. We were like, that sign placement is all wrong, because you're really missing the target crowd, right? It's up here, it should be on the floor. So they can see what's going on. Some people seemed upset by that joke. But I have a guy that thinks it's funny. Okay. Do you guys know the attachment styles? Does anyone go to therapy? Yeah. You guys know, we sounded sad about it too. And like we had to learn the hard way. So there's 3 attachment styles. There's secure, nobody's secure, everybody's fucked up. And then there's avoidant. It's like you start to fall in love with somebody and then you run away. And then there's anxious, which is what I am. And if I send a text or call, like I need that right back, or I freak out a little bit. And so with this guy, if he didn't hit me back right away, I was like, oh, you better be relapsing right now. You better be under a bridge blowing somebody for a crumb of fentanyl. It was weird though, I'm sober 9 years from alcohol, and I never went to meetings, and he's always like, oh, you should come with me to these NA meetings, and I'm like, I can't go, like I've never done heroin, I would just be better than everybody. So I wouldn't fit in very well. But I have gone a few times, I went with him, and there's all these tools to help you stay sober, which is good, and one of them is this acronym, it's HALT, it stands for hungry, angry, lonely, tired. It just made me realize, like, it's like you're more likely to relapse if you're in one of those states. And I was like, oh, humans are pussies. Because especially heroin, which is such a serious drug, let's say you're clean a few years, and then you get a little hungry, you're like, I'm just gonna shoot up again. You're like, no, bro, eat a Snickers, dude, sit down. That should be their next ad. Saved me and my family from a lot of heartache. Where you guys are good. I wonder if I could do a more fucked up joke. I'm gonna do it. Okay, so when I was younger, when I was in high school, I had a really bad eating disorder, and in my dating profile, I would just put, if you like Holocaust survivors, then I'm your girl. And I didn't get laid, and I had a solution. I was like, okay, anorexic people, I was like, that's like a stigmatized group. I was like, maybe they should just date another stigmatized group. I was like, maybe they should date necrophiliacs. Because they like, shut the fuck up, okay? Shut the fuck up. They like corpses, so it goes together, okay? That was my reality, so that's what I had to think, you know? And I don't think it would be that bad dating a necrophiliac, because I'm like, at least he would bring me flowers. So, you know? Do you guys like God? Really into the Lord? The side of the room was like, what's happening? I started to believe in God like a year ago, right? And I don't really like church or anything like that, but I went to church one time last year for the first time. And like I said, I had an eating disorder for a long time, and I'm recovered, but sometimes that habit is still in my brain. And so we did, what is that, communion? So we had communion, and it's like the bread and the juice. It represents Jesus, right? You guys are like, these girls retarded. I've never gone before, okay, so shut up. And so then I would do communion, and I'm like panicking, because it's like outside normal eating time. So I'm like, wait, how many points is this on Weight Watchers? You know what I mean? And I was like, it must be a lot of points, because it represents Jesus, you know? It's gotta be like at least 100 points. And then I was like, well, if I need to, I could throw it up. And then I was like, wait, that's disrespectful. I can't do that to Jesus, you know? And then I was like, wait, but maybe it would be good, because it's like the resurrection. I didn't do it. Some people seem upset. Okay, we'll go lighter, I guess.